Well, it sends chills up my spine and
Makes you
goosebumps
think.
all over my skin because, a lioness is at its fiercest when it's protecting its cubs, and I can relate to that when my mom had to step up her game when my dad wasn't doing too well in the financial front. Oh, moving on to other stories, we're going to talk about stress relief. Is there a special personal way of stress relief
I
for
tend
you?
to go watch a movie or just pick up a book and try to forget all the stress that I'm dealing with.
Sometimes they can give you more stress, right? Depending on the movie you chose or the activities. But
That's
apparently,
right.
one new method is coloring books, I heard.
That's right, and these are not your regular coloring books for kids. Our Kwon Soa has this next story.
Who says coloring is just for kids? These days, grown-ups are picking up their own coloring pencils as a trend that started in Europe has arrived in Korea. Now here's a bestseller that doesn't require any reading, just coloring. Secret Garden was published in August last year in Korea after its original release in 2013 in the UK. While the fun factor remains the same as it did years ago, there's a little more substance behind coloring books for grown-ups. It's mostly quoted as having an anti-stress effect, as coloring is commonly used for therapy.
Coloring books tend to make me more patient and calm. That's why I buy a number of them each year.
Publishing companies were quick to respond to the popularity, realizing the positive psychological effects.
Coloring books is like getting away from the busy life. So although it takes some time, I think this is the best method to relieve stress.
Around 100 different coloring books have appeared on shelves in Korea in a span of just 5 months. Most of them from abroad. But not this one. Minhwa Coloring Wish Book. It's made by folk art artist Ho Gong-im. Minhwa is a Korean art genre known as the art of the common people from the 17th to 19th century.
I made the book since Korean traditional elements cannot be found in Western coloring books. I aim to sell my copyrights abroad too.
Soa also stresses that her book is unlike other coloring books that have been made through computer graphics, as she drew her illustrations herself with a brush. Despite the high demand, there are limits to the healing effects. As experts say, coloring by yourself just satisfies a temporary sense of accomplishment. A book may not replace your therapist, but fans of the new trend say it does add an extra splash of color to their everyday lives. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.